Venture to the Vile, Kingsgrave, BioGun. 3 new Metroidvanias coming out in March. Venture to the Vile, a 2.5D Metroidvania game, promises to bring something new to the genre, but unfortunately it left me feeling disappointed. Venture to the Vile adheres to the classic Metroidvania elements. There's world exploration, a combat system, some kind of lore or story, and even double jumps right from the start. The character's arsenal includes close combat weapons and special devices like hooks, as well as the ability to quickly dash forward and backward, which was supposed to add dynamism. However, the visual execution of the game is lacking. The 2.5D style here is poorly implemented, and the textures and models look unfinished. The animation, color palette, and overall style of the game don't meet modern standards, creating a feeling of an incomplete product. The enemies in the game don't bring anything new to the table. They seem mundane and are quickly forgotten. World exploration is also underwhelming. Locations look monotonous and fail to engage. Even thematic diversity doesn't save the day, as there's a lack of unique elements that could make exploring more interesting. The bosses and dynamic scenes, including chases, also left me indifferent. They don't pose a challenge and fail to add any excitement to the game. As for the story, it follows the beaten path. Evil, disease, struggle, all quite predictable and uninspiring. I was expecting something more thrilling and original from this game. Overall, Venture to the Vile was a disappointment. It doesn't live up to the expectations usually held by Metroidvania fans. I didn't like the style, textures, animation, storytelling, and the overall dynamics of the game. This is my opinion, but remember that every player looks for something different in games. Venture to the Vile might appeal to others, but it just didn't for me. Next is Kingsgrave. It has an isometric projection, giving it a distinct visual appeal and familiar atmosphere. The game has all the classic elements of the genre: melee combat, shooting, and the ability to dash. However, what sets Kingsgrave apart is its strategic aspect, building and managing resources. This feature slows down the pace and dynamism of the game, adding a strategic layer. You'll often need to open the map to check which buildings and resources are available for development. For fans of non-stop action, this might seem a bit dull, but overall, the game is very well made. Graphically, Kingsgrave looks great, with pleasing artwork and atmosphere. The game includes small puzzles, but they are quite simple, more like stylized keys for opening doors, rather than true puzzles. The combat in the game is dynamic and interesting, which adds to the game's appeal. Overall, Kingsgrave is definitely a game that will find its audience. Fans of Metroidvanias with elements of resource management and isometric projection view should enjoy it, even though I didn't notice any new features or tricks. I had a blast playing it and consider it a noteworthy achievement. Next on our list is BioGun, and I must say it's really a great game. A distinctive feature of BioGun is its unusual storyline, which is not only captivating, but also includes elements of humor, making the gameplay even more enjoyable. From the very first minutes, it's clear that you're in for action and dynamism, and the game does not disappoint. It's dynamic from start to finish. What makes BioGun so dynamic? Perhaps it's the lively music, the ability to run and shoot with a machine gun, or other elements of the game that create excellent feedback and effects. The controls are superb, and the combat system, based on shooting, is really well done. You have a machine gun, a dash ability, double jumps, and various weapons with skill upgrades. The graphics in BioGun are simple, but executed at a high level. The character looks great, enemies are interesting, and the backgrounds are well made. The character stands out well against the backdrop of all locations, and all elements are easily distinguishable. There are bosses and various challenges in the game that add diversity. In terms of mechanics, I didn't find any super innovative elements that set BioGun apart from other games. Enemies and bosses are quite standard, and the movements and progression are similar to what we've seen before, but this doesn't stop the game from being excellent. BioGun is an example of how classic elements can be implemented in a way that makes the game engaging and enjoyable. The unique approach to the storyline and the infusion of humor deserves special mention. These aspects make like BioGun, not just exciting, but also fun. Overall, I really liked BioGun. It's a dynamic, engaging game that, while not offering anything completely new, does everything else at a high level. It's a great game for genre fans looking for something with humor and originality. Venture to the Vile, Kingsgrave, and BioGun are three distinct Metroidvanias, each with its unique features and approaches to gameplay. Venture to the Vile leaves mixed impressions. Despite having classic Metroidvania elements, it suffers from a poorly executed visual style and underdeveloped game mechanics, which can be off-putting for players seeking depth and innovation in the genre. Kingsgrave introduces an intriguing element of strategy and resource management to the classic Metroidvania gameplay. While the game might seem less dynamic to some, it offers a unique experience for those who appreciate strategic planning, along with exploration and combat elements. BioGun stands out with its dynamic gameplay and unusual storyline infused with humor. Although the game doesn't bring groundbreaking innovations in mechanics, it provides an engaging and enjoyable gameplay experience, especially appealing to fans of action-oriented Metroidvanias. Overall, each of these games offers something different in the Metroidvania genre, reflecting the diversity of approaches and styles in modern gaming.